My name is Tisha Weir, and I am a facilitator of Raising My Voice. Raising My Voice is a 6-week class that helps justice-impacted women to craft their story, and then to go out into the community and share to help change the stigma, to heal, and to just learn how to be the best versions of themselves. And today I have the great privilege of introducing you one of the ladies that just finished the cohort, and her name is Alicia Mize. Alicia Mize, will you please share your story with us?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is my life, my story, my struggle, and my redemption. Life hasn't been easy. Starting at the young age, I became a mom to 5 younger siblings. At age 13, I was driving, I quit school. I had to get a job to take care of my younger siblings. The first job I got, well, I was a cashier. Not by choice. It's what my mom wanted me to do. Now, since becoming a cashier, every couple days, my mom would come in and get cartons of cigarettes at a time. Me being the cashier and her daughter, she would tell me, being the customer, they're not looking, scan this candy bar. Well, being my mom, I would listen. Eventually, I got caught and let go. Well, now I'm stressing, as I know I have bills at age 13. Will not get paid, as my mom partied all her money she got from my dad's life insurance when he passed away, and also child support. Shortly after, I applied at a pizza place down the road. I had an interview and got hired. It's a family-owned little place. Eventually, I got fired from there too, constantly having my brothers and sisters come down to eat, as we had no food in the home. Now some years went by, and I was 17. My mom started partying together because of my age. I started having friends, boyfriends, start coming over, hanging out, and the next thing you know, we're all partying, drinking, doing drugs at age 17. There would be weekends my mom would invite my friends over without me knowing, so I would have no choice but to hang out and party. Well, time went on, and I turned 18. I got a lump sum of money from my dad's passing before I was born, that she took it out of my hands at the bank and put it in her care. We moved to Arizona, mind you, with my money that I got when I turned 18. We arrived in Arizona, mind you, we had no place to live. We just packed up and drove across country and would find a place to live, work, etc. when we arrived. It took about a month, then I found a job. I was working at a Fry's food and drug store as a cart girl to again provide for my siblings. My checks, I would bust my rear to pay rent and bills. Eventually, my mom started working, and I wasn't needed as much. While it only lasted a few months, I was back at it, taking care of 5 siblings. Well, February of 2003, I met my husband. His sister went to the same school as my little brother and sister, so we were always seeing each other. Not to mention, he was always showing up at my work of Fry's. So eventually we started talking and got together in September of 2003. We went strong, ended up pregnant in 2005 with my firstborn, my son. After giving birth to my son, we got our own place. We became a little family of 3. I was a stay-at-home mom for 3 months and went back to work full-time. At this point, I switched jobs and went to Wendy's. I worked at Wendy's from 2003 to 2009. During the time of working there, I got pregnant with my daughter, who shortly after giving birth, I went full-time to work again for about a year, and then I became a stay-at-home mom, as that's what my baby daddy wanted. But I've come a long way. A few years ago, my world fell apart. My husband went to prison, and I suddenly was left alone, struggling to survive. With nowhere to turn, I ended up on the streets and made choices I'm not proud of. I turned to drugs, both using and selling. My addiction actually started after my daughter. When I started on prescription meds named Oxycontin, I was doing them as prescribed for years, and eventually I was abusing them. They just wasn't doing what I needed them to do anymore, so I stepped up my game to snorting them, to shooting them. Well, after some time of doing these prescriptions, they just stopped working. I went to heavier and harder drugs. I started using heroin in 2014. No family knew I was using. I kept it undercover for years until I got so bad. I was finally shooting up both heroin and meth. I lost everything, including my kids, who were taken by CPS. Thankfully, they went to family who could care for them when I couldn't. That moment of losing your kids, it breaks you. I spiraled deeper in my addiction in the street life for about a year. I was selling all and any drugs, mainly heroin and meth, because that's what I used. However, while being a girl out on the streets of Arizona, pushing all drugs, well, what was my next step? I stepped up. I was turning down the road. Turning down the road. He was coming for me, the cop. So the lights lit up. I started freaking out. One, I was on probation already. I had all these drugs and guns on me in the car. The officer asked me if I was on probation. I answered, yes, sir. He said, get out so we can search the car. I listened. I already knew I was hit. Of course, the drugs are in my purse, under the seat, along with the guns, and the other person is with with me. So what happens? I get hit with it all. She doesn't take any portion. They found the guns under the seat as well. I was arrested. I sat in jail for 6 months fighting a case where my probation officer revoked my current probation and threw me in the system. I sat there waiting and waiting for different pleas to come through. I didn't think I was looking at a long time until I got the paperwork stating I was indicted. The first plea was 15 to 17 years. It felt like my life was over. I denied that plea. When they came back, it was 12 to 15. I denied that. Honestly, I tried. I got tired of county. I called my pro bono lawyer and said, get me a plea. I need to go to prison. They came back with 7 years flat. I signed faster than anything. I wanted to get my time started because they weren't dropping it to what I thought they would for being my first time in prison. But I fought. I ended up getting 7 years flat. During my time in prison, I made a decision. I was going to change. I took every class, every program I could, anything that would help me grow and heal and become someone my kids could be proud of. During my time I did as medium custody time, I started some classes, then quit. Took others, didn't like them, so it was back and forth because I still had so much time left. I said whatever. I sat around for a couple of years, playing cards, not doing any programming. Time passed. I was tired of sitting on the yard, bored, nothing to do. People were annoying me, so I got into my mandatory. I took some drug programs, took some women in recovery programs. I love them. I couldn't wait to get off the yard to go to classes. Eventually, I classed down, which I meant I could go to a minimum unit. When I reached the minimum unit, I reached all my old friends from the other unit. I was so happy. I felt comfortable again for the place of being, right? Well, I will throw in there, even though it's prison, not a comfortable place, we gotta make the best of it as we can, because it'll tear you down. It'll tear you down fast. Now let me tell you, while the medical staff is nothing, they don't care about you at all. Now here we are in 2024. I signed up for this program called Televerde Foundation Program. Now what it is a reentry program. Now they teach you resumes, sales, IT, data analytics, networking, etc. They also help you get certified for the first part of testing for each of these job skills. Now this is a 6-month course that also helps you go through the inside program along with the program that they offer on the outside world. Now released, they offer you homing in the first part of the house you're at is 45 days. You'll receive a job, which they help you find. They'll also help you get a place as long as you're doing the footwork. Next is the second part of the housing, where you move into your own 2-bedroom apartment, where you're continued under the program, but you are still not paying rent. You're still rent-free during the program. During that program of 3 months for the second house, they make you save 80% of your checks to help you put away money for your first place to live out of prison. Awesome, right? So there's some really good beneficial programs to take. I was released for February this year. And since then, I've been on a mission to rebuild. 2 weeks out, I got a job. Shortly after that, I moved into my own place. I've got a car. I furnished my home. And for the first time in a long time, I feel stable. I'm proud of myself. I'm doing it step by step, day by day. My kids are back in my life. My son is grown now, busy with work, video games, doing the adult stuff, but we're in touch. My daughter and I, we built such a strong bond. Since I came home, she calls me, she video chats me, spends weekends with me. We love all the time we get to hang out. And there's no hate in her heart for what I'd put her through. Just love, pure love. And I thank God for that. My relationship with my daughter now is more of a friendship than a mother. I still try to be a mom, however it's gonna take time. I haven't been in her life for 8 years, so I understand to a point. But it's hard. It is absolutely hard. Now showing up for my daughter to a point, consistent of being a listening ear, a lending hand, a shoulder to cry on, and obviously being a mother when I can, at every moment. Now eventually, I will get a bigger place. Because she tells me all the time she wants to come live with me. This story isn't over. It's just the beginning for me. Every day I wake up, I push a little harder than I did the day before. And I do a little better. I'm pushing hard every day to be able to get a bigger place so my kids can come live with me like what they want. My goals, my dreams is to have my kids back in my life full time. And over time of proving myself to everyone who deserves to be in my life, we'll see the beautiful outcome of me and my family. I'm not perfect, nowhere near perfect, but I'm proof that change is possible, that no matter how far you go, how far you fall, you get back up. You absolutely get back up, and you start over. Thanks for hearing my story. I hope it inspires someone to keep going, no matter what you're going through.